we need to really look at what it is about alcohol. See, this is why so many of these places are opening up too. I mean, it's like getting alcohol, and what does alcohol do? You know,
Yeah.
and alcohol basically allows you to objectify each other. It's and to kind of like tune down your faculties, tune down the faculties. So the objectification of human beings, it's really interesting because there's a drama part of this that we enjoy it because it presents the excitement and everything, the play, the game, whatever. At the same time, when you ignore the inside of the game, the inner subjective life,
Yeah.
when you start when you don't value that, then you got a real problem.
Exactly. And the alcohol, drugs, things like that are an escape. They're an escape from people. They're an escape from self, from the part of their self that wants to do the work, the part of their self that's saying, hey, here's an opportunity to grow. Turn around and face this. Look at this. This is a part of yourself. This is who you are, or an area where you need to improve, or you can evolve, or you can become more. And the alcohol takes all those intuitions and those pulls that we feel to grow and evolve, where it might be hard and challenging, and it just kind of throws those out the window. And it allows the person to, they let their guard down. They are more themselves. They might approach somebody that they were afraid to approach before. It gives them a little, I think, a glimpse into a side of self without all the noise in the background. It also provides an escape, so they can ignore that altogether and just do whatever and blame it on the alcohol or the drugs or whatever that outside substance is. But really, it's all there. It's all something that people can tap into. After a good workout, you have the same kinds of endorphins going, or a hug, or an act of kindness, or moments with self. You can have those same experiences, but that takes work. It's so easy to have a drink or to.
Sure, and we cannot forget. I think, Alyssa, too, we cannot forget that through all this, the values, talk about values. What do you think? Where do you think sexuality? Where do you think that ranks on the values? You know what I'm saying? And I think that extremely high.
Absolutely.
Really, really high. And so we talked a little bit about alcohol and how alcohol allows you to do, and whether you're at a bar or whatever. I'm just saying, and you have a few drinks or whatever, and you start seeing each other no longer as subjects. You don't want to have any kind of heavy dialogue or anything like that. Tell me what's going on inside you. I don't want to hear that, okay?
Yeah.
Basically, the alcohol helps block out the subjective life of both yourself and the other person. And now you're just purely in the sensory world, and you're presented to each other as objects. Now you're just here as objects. And this seems to be a major part of the turn on when it comes to sexuality, is the objectifying. And now I don't know if it's the same from a woman's point of view and a man's point of view. I'm not sure. And I'm speaking more from the male point of view, the objectifying of a woman. And I'm just saying, I don't know if it's the same thing for a woman, whether a few drinks, is it more like being able to relax and just being able to have less stress, or is there an objectifying thing? You see a guy and go, well, look at that body.
Yeah, I think it just depends on where you're at. Honestly, I think that alcohol, because I've seen it go both ways, particularly with women. If they are on the verge of a breakdown, sometimes the alcohol just magnifies that, just pushes them into facing those things that they didn't want to face because of it. I think, and then I've seen it the other way, where it's like, oh, I'm going to use this to forget about my life, to forget about my problems, to escape. And then you see those effects, whether it is a conscious intention or not. But, I've certainly seen people who drink and then they just become a hot mess, you know, all those things that they were trying to hide just come to the surface and just blah, kind of all over everybody. So I think it's definitely a tool that can be used to objectify. It's kind of the same thing. It's like hiding those things that we don't want to see or deal with about ourselves. It can be a big distraction, or it can let our inhibitions down enough that we are willing to face those things, that we're willing to let those things out. So it's, you know, it's just kind of like if there's a fence, you know, and it's going to vary between each person. What are you fencing off from? And whatever's on the other side of that, the alcohol kind of helps remove that barrier. And then, you know, whether that's objectifying somebody or, you know, kind of letting those things about yourself out that you are hiding or whatever. I think.
Now I think the alcohol helps you remove those barriers. Now you're saying, okay, now I'm free to play.
Yeah.
But I'm free to play objectively. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There still is this resistance to relationships where you make yourself vulnerable to each other.
Sure.
Able to open up.
Absolutely.
And a kind of connection that's more has to do with intimacy.
Yeah.
To have that kind of connection and realize there is a sexuality that goes with that feels a lot different than the objectifying sexuality.
Absolutely.
But you have to make yourself really vulnerable.
Right.
Really vulnerable, and you realize that's the whole thing. You have to have the humility and the vulnerability of kind of surrendering to that. But alcohol is, like you're saying, I mean, it's a great avoidance, I mean, basically. But
Sure.
it enables spontaneity. I mean, that's what people like. But, you know, I'm not going to worry about what's going to happen in the future. I'm not worried about being judged or being evaluated, you know, and I'm not going to, there's no anxiety because there's no future. You know, there's no fear, okay? No future. There's a past, though. There's a past there because you can be really pissed off and angry, and you can also be very depressed when you have alcohol. Those still can hang out, you know, but but I'm just noticing businesses that are opening up that are facilitating, you know, alcohol and marijuana dispensaries. They're all trying to figure out, let's see, how can I escape the reality of who I am and what's really going on? And businesses that are going to help us do that.
Right. And I do think there is value in it if you use it in a way that helps you to overcome your situation, but that's with intention and with doing the work. So what comes up when I'm in this state of mind, and then using that as, you know, more of a one-time tool to then face whatever it is that came up. Oh gosh, you know, or I'm having bad dreams about this, or these are my thoughts, or this is what I'm complaining about when I'm drinking. Okay, then in your sober state, looking at that and doing the work. Why is this an issue? Why did that anger me so much? Or why am I able to approach this person and be comfortable with my physical body sexually under the influence, but not in real life? What is that? And then in your sober state, doing the work and saying, okay, this is why, this is the fear or whatever, digging deeper into that, you know. But the problem is, like you said, the value, there's not a lot of value placed on that. People just want to escape or, you know, and so they just keep using it again and again and again, and there's no growth. The rainbow is that there are some of these actors and athletes who are waking up, who are so inspired to make a difference in the world, to help others wake up, that they're using their platform and their status to do so. And that's
good.
The beautiful thing about it, because it only takes one. It only takes one to I mean, look at Joaquin Phoenix in his acceptance speech, and what a splash that made, you know, because it's true. And the way it was worded, it was so well written in such a short amount of time to make such a huge splash of awareness and help wake people up. Exactly what we were talking about earlier with animals. Wow, they can see us. They do see us. You know, they're not just objects. They see, they feel. You know, there's something deeper and more there. And to so many people who have been blind, and just, walking around because they were raised, because they never questioned it.
No,
They
no.
just they kept the cycle going. They never
Right.
doing. And so an acceptance speech like that helps to wake people up.
Sure.
And so those are the people in the industry who are helping make a difference and pull everybody else, they have a good shot at it because of who they are and the value that we have placed on them as a society.
Right. We started a little while back, we talked about children. We talked about children and objectifying, we talked about, and I don't know about your children, but I'm saying I've noticed, and remember myself too, that as a child, although I was out of touch with my body pretty much, I objectified everything around me. I was the center of the universe. I mean, I didn't give animals an inside. They were cute, maybe, fuzzy things to touch and to pet. And unfortunately, I think that some people have never grown beyond that place where they objectify at the very beginning. We had to learn that other people had an inside, that animals have an inside. That really has to be acquired. It wasn't given directly at birth. I think what was given at birth is that these are cute little guys or cute little animals or whatever. But from you're the one that's a subject, you know what I mean? But everybody around you is like their bodies, their objects. So I'm just wondering, it's kind of curious. Just right now I thought of this. I just thought of it. So as very young children, yes, we were in touch with our subjectivity, but not other people's subjectivity.
Yeah.
We had to acquire that. It wasn't given at birth. We have to learn it. And some people have never learned it. And that's why they can go out and do whatever they do with animals, with people, they're just objects. And that's how, when you think about wars we had and everything and how people have been treated, you can see, you get to a certain elevation, this 8th or 9th floor of a building, you look back down on people walking down there, they look like tiny little objects. Okay?
Yeah.
And, and during war, flying planes over these people, you just drop a bomb on these little objects down there. There's no subjects. There's no inside.
There's no connection.
So, that whole piece of that is part of the learning, growing, self-understanding, self-awareness, that pursuit, which you never got in early childhood education, that we don't have it right now as part of our educational systems,
right?
Part of our science or anything, getting to know ourselves, self-understanding, being here in the moment, these things. And it's like human race, I think survival, it's going to depend on being able to wake up.
Yeah. And it can be as simple as just acknowledging, I see you. Yeah. I see you. I actually see you. You see, you can do it with animals as well. Seeing them. Seeing them with your heart, with your soul, recognizing that there is a light and energy within them, and just seeing them. And that's as simple as it really needs to be.
Yeah.
When you see, you feel, you understand, you know.
That's right. And sometimes what gets in the way, Alyssa, is our labeling, right? This is my child. This is my woman. This is my man. We have that's my wife. That's my mother. That's my father. Right. So we've labeled, and then that labeling makes it difficult to get through that language of what's right in front of you,
Yeah.
So being able to see through the words and realize that words are not what's in front of you. Words are pointers.
Yeah.
The meaning is there, but it's like when you let go of the words and realize that's only a representation of what's there.
Right.
Oak tree in the backyard, that's not what it is. It's not the word oak tree. It's what it is when you turn those words off and just look and see what's there.
And experience in the moment. So open up, allow yourself the experience in the moment. What am I experiencing without words? Very